Hey guys, so I thought it would be kind of fun to do a video on how I'm gonna cook this spaghetti squash chicken Alfredo thing I'm gonna do tonight with that ragu sauce that you saw if you watched my latest keto grocery haul video. So what I'm going to do is I've already cut this in half. So how I do spaghetti squash is I cut each end off. Each end, cut it off, and then cut it down the middle. And I'm going to scoop all this out and then basically just stab a bunch of holes in with a knife or fork or something, and then put a bunch of butter in and cook it in the oven. And I'll show you how that looks in just a minute. Okay, so here we have the spaghetti squash. It's all been cleaned out. I stabbed a bunch of holes, as you can see, in the bottom, on the sides of the top here, and then on the inside part of the sides. And I put a big old, I don't know, that's probably 2 tablespoons worth of butter. And focus, there we go. And I'm going to put these in the oven on a cookie sheet facing up. I know this is how I cook it. I know there's ways to cooking it where you flip it upside down like in a pan of water or something. I've been cooking spaghetti squash this way for a long time, and it's always worked out really good. So I'm kind of prepping this now, and it's only 2:30. So dinner's not till later, but I'm just getting a head start. So I will definitely come back to this and record the rest after everything is all done. But I'm going to cook this ahead of time and clean it, scoop it all out and everything. I'm going to cook this in the oven at 350 just till it looks done. Like I said in one of my other videos, I don't hardly ever time anything. So I'm going to get this cooking and then I'll finish the video later. Okay, so here I'm gonna get my chicken ready for the Alfredo stuff that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna get this all marinating in the fridge for a few hours, maybe just a couple hours at least. You don't have to marinate it. I have made this before and not marinated it at all. I just mixed it up together and cooked it without marinating, and it was really good. So anyways, I have all my chicken thighs in here in this bowl, and you can see there's some olive oil. It's extra virgin olive oil, some EVOO. I didn't measure it out. I just poured some in there. It looks like there's more in there than there really is. You can see this bowl is pretty good size. Putting the chicken in there made it rise up. So anyways, so we got olive oil in there. That's all I have in there so far is the chicken and the olive oil. So now we're going to use some sea salt. And I'm going to try and do this left-handed. So lots of salt. And some pepper. Just some, I don't know. I think I actually got this at the Dollar Tree because I couldn't find it at pre-ground at my discount grocery store where I was shopping at the time. So I got some at the Dollar Tree. So pepper, good amount of pepper in there. You know, you want to put this all in here as seasoning how you like it, as much as you like. Onion powder. A bunch of onion powder in there. And some garlic powder. Again, just put however much you think you would like. This is going to get all mixed together here in a little bit. And we have some sriracha, I don't know, however you say it. And I'm not going to measure this out. Again, I don't do a lot of measuring things, condiments, etc. when I'm putting them in there, unless it's a specific recipe that calls for a specific amount. When I'm creating things myself, I don't measure very often. So I'm just going to squirt a bunch of this in here. quite a bit. Come back to you in just a second. Okay, so I got all my sriracha in there. It's my hand. There's quite a bit in there. Several tablespoons probably worth. So I'm going to mix all this up, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's mixed up. So here we are. Everything's all mixed together. I may have put a little bit too much olive oil in there, but that's okay. Last time I made it, I didn't put enough. So, you know, it equals out, right? So anyway, it's all mixed up well. I'm going to put this in the fridge. It's going to sit in there for probably an hour, about, maybe a little bit longer, just to get some of those flavors soaked in there a little bit, because it is a little after 4, so I do need to get going making this dinner. Anyways, this is going to go in the fridge for a little bit. So I just pulled my spaghetti squash out of the oven. It's been cooking in the oven at 350 degrees for at least an hour, probably a little bit longer. And I think it looks really, really good, pretty cooked through. I'm going to see if I can kind of pull it apart and see how well it really is cooked through. All right, so these were definitely done. What I do is I take a couple forks and I just kind of pry it away from the edges and pull it apart, you know, go in like this, stab it in there, and kind of pull it away from all the edges and the sides and everything, and just kind of scratch and pick at it till you get it all loosened up. So I'm just going to go ahead and scoop these out with a spoon to make sure I can get everything that I can out of them and put it in a bowl so it's all ready to go for when after the chicken is cooked and everything else. So here's my spaghetti squash all scooped out into a bowl. This is a pretty good sized bowl. This will be enough for my husband and myself, especially after you get all the chicken and everything. I was thinking about maybe putting broccoli or something in it too, like a broccoli chicken Alfredo. I don't know yet though. We'll see. I love to eat this too, just cooked like this with some salt and like some garlic powder or garlic salt, a little bit of onion powder. Oh my goodness, it's so good, just like that. I suggest you guys give that a try too. Okay, so I put all my chicken in this glass casserole dish, and I'm gonna stick this in the oven and cook it at 350 degrees until it's all done. Okay, here's my chicken. It's all cooked. I just pulled it out of the oven. It smells amazing. I'm going to cut all this up into cubes so we can put it in our dinner. It's going to be so good. Okay, so I got all the chicken cut up. This is a pretty good sized plate. So there's quite a bit of chicken there. All right, so here's my dish. I have almost 5 ounces of spaghetti squash here. There's a 1/4 cup of that ragu sauce, and I believe this was 4.6. I was trying to get 4.5. 4.6 ounces of the chicken, and I'll just mix all that up and eat it, and it's going to be very yummy. I'll probably add a little bit of salt. Usually I add salt. You got to have your salt, you know, when you're doing keto. And this is the sauce I used. I talked about this in my last grocery haul. No, this isn't fully keto approved. It just is a once in a great while thing. So there you have it. There's my spaghetti squash chicken Alfredo dish. Super yummy, filling, easy to make. You guys should give it a shot. Please give me a thumbs up and comment below. Let me know if you try this recipe out and what you think of it. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you out in some way to see that keto dishes can actually be very simple, not hard, quick and easy. So yeah, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!